Shabbat Shalom, Kal Halal, Yahweh Shem Shai, Bahashim Akakwadash, double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders that came before them that taught us this truth. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to all the brothers that push the word of truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David. To the Akwat that are listening and learning, being a pillar of rest, the 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. I'm the brother Yashawan, back with the WW3 Daily update. Shabbat Shalom and salutations to you all. All right, so I'm just going to read Jeremiah 14:12, and then we're going to let this guy, what's his name? This guy, Scott Ritter, talk. All right, so Jeremiah 14:12 is speaking of an ICBM, not an ICBM, but a nuclear explosion, if you will. If I can find it. What the hell is this? Jeremiah? Zechariah, Salakia. I'm tripping. Zechariah 14:12. Salakia, bear with me. And this shall be the plague wherewith the Lord will smite all the people that have fought against Jerusalem. Now, what is this describing? Their flesh shall consume away while they stand upon their feet, and their eyes shall consume away in their holes, and their tongue shall consume away in their mouth. What is that describing? The effects of a nuclear blast. Okay? Letting you know that the Bible is dealing with these nuclear missiles. And if we went to Joel, the 2nd chapter, it talks about nothing but missiles, right? Like an army of missiles, literally. So anyway, yeah, let's hear what Scott Ritter has to say about Russia firing nuclear missiles on the United States. If and why and when. 23 hours ago, War Echo Zone TV, Scott Ritter exposes U.S. plot to put Russia in nuclear trap with Ukraine. Putin, Iran, shocking move. So we're going to listen to about 5 minutes of this. Take it away, Scott.
Was to focus on the issue of ATACMS, missiles being fired into Russia, to highlight the fact that that is the trigger for nuclear war. And that if it continues, the Russians will have to, participate in an escalatory cycle, which will inevitably lead to the release of nuclear weapons. I don't know what the Russian response will be here. I think there will be a response, but what I can say is the last time, Russia fired the Oreshnik, and then, when the ATACMS were first used, and then a phone call was made. And instead of using Oreshnik, a phone call was made between Gerasimov and General Brown, Chairman of Joint Chiefs of Staff, in which the Russians drew a red line and said, look, if you keep the strikes below this mileage, this hasn't been widely publicized, but if you don't fire the ATACMS to its full range, we will limit our response to simply destroying Ukraine's infrastructure. And then Russia responded with a massive attack that took out large chunks of Ukrainians' energy infrastructure. In fact, that attack did more damage than the Oreshnik strike on the Yuzhmash facility in Dnipropetrovsk. I mean, look, in World War II, we firebombed Tokyo. That killed more people, did more damage than the nuclear strikes on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. The firebombing of Hamburg, of Dresden, conventional weapons can do a lot of damage. And here we saw the Russians saying, we got this, we're holding Oreshnik back. I don't think they're going to hold Oreshnik back this time. We'll wait and see, because this statement made by Trump is a very important statement. When I went to Congress last Thursday, in fact, it's a week ago today, again, the discretion requires that you can't reveal names of people who don't want their names revealed. One of the most sensitive discussions I had with people was, how does the Republican Party communicate to the Trump transition team the absolute necessity for Trump to make exactly the statement he made, almost word for word, as I dictated it to them. I said, if the Biden administration is gone, to quote somebody, batshit crazy.
Yeah.
They're literally, and let me remind people just how insane the Biden administration has gone here. So we set this up. Why this is so important. There's a CIA briefing going around that was ordered by the White House to reflect on, will Russia's new nuclear doctrine be implemented by Russia? In short, is Russia bluffing? If we continue these attacks, is there a risk of nuclear war? And the way the media portrayed it was that no, the CIA assessed that the Russians are bluffing, that Russia is not going to go and end up using nuclear weapons because ATACMS missiles were fired into Russian soil. And so when I relayed my understanding of this briefing to a very senior member of Congress who has received the briefing, and I just want to reiterate that, who has received the briefing, the response was, that's not the briefing I got. The briefing I got was in the company of people from the White House, senior people. And when this question was asked and the CIA said, no, the Russians aren't bluffing. We believe that if we continue to escalate in this manner, there will be a release of nuclear weapons. The White House response was, that's okay, we're ready for that.
Oh.
That's okay, we're ready for that. I just want to remind what I just said, ladies and gentlemen. The White House is ready to go to nuclear war with Russia over the ATACMS issue. This is why it's the most essential, the most important issue, and nobody in America is really giving it that much time. We've been distracted with Syria, as we should be. We've been distracted with a number of things. But the thing that will kill us all is thermonuclear war. And now, in that context, I reiterate the presentation made by Thomas Buchanan, Rear Admiral Thomas Buchanan, J5 Plans of Strategic Command.
Go ahead and stop it right there. He said a mouthful. Basically, he said Russia's going to hit America with nuclear weapons because they will not stop Russia's plot to put Russia in nuclear trap. They're going to force them to shoot nukes. And who's really doing that? Let's find out. Proverbs 21:1. In the KJV it reads, the king's heart, right? Let's say Vlad is the king. His heart is his mind. The Hebrew word law. So Vlad's mind is in the hand of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. Mind controls rivers of water. He turneth it whithersoever he will. We'll get to the nitty gritty right here. Controls, mind, king. Vladimir. Okay, so Yahweh Bashem Yahushua has Vladimir under mind control. Okay, that's why things are spiraling. That's why whoever's directing the U.S. is not Joe Biden, but whoever is directing it is under the direct control, mind control of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. All right? And where is it going? Okay? It's going to a great earthquake. Where is everything going? That great earthquake are those nuclear missiles hitting America. Okay? This is Vlad shooting. Vlad, Xi Jinping, the Ayatollah, all firing their nukes on Babylon the Great. Here's Babylon the Great. Right? Here's the nukes hitting. Great earthquake. Right? And here's the people that died. Everybody that wasn't beamed up. Okay? Revelation 11 and 13. In the same hour was there a great earthquake. That's those nukes being sent from the east, starting with Russia, China, on down. In the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell. The 10th part of the city is referring to America, Babylon the Great. And in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000. Anybody who didn't get beamed up or ascend up to heaven in a cloud were slain. 7 meaning everyone. Everyone that didn't ascend up. Okay? And the remnant were affrighted and gave glory to the power of heaven. So it's really simple. Okay? I'm going to read this just for shits and giggles. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. What scripture was that? Revelation 11 and 14 telling you about World War III. The third woe cometh quickly. So saith who? So saith the U.S. in their plot to trap Russia in a nuclear situation where they have to use those nukes. We're reading it in the scriptures. All right, so anyway, with that, we hope that the elect are edified, you brothers and sisters. With that, we're going to say Shabbat Shalom.